Okay, you may not think so, but I need a haircut. It's starting to get out of control here. Just realized that my shirt wasn't buttoned. A shirt that I bought years ago that I'm just back getting into. Almost missed the window of opportunity for this shirt. But I've worn it a couple times. But I love it. It's very comfortable. As you can see, I'm a big flannel type material type shirt in the winter. I like to wear flannel, and I like to wear sweats. Like not sweats, sweat shirts. And I always have to have a shirt with a saying on it because even my shirt here has a saying on it. Well, you can't see it. Let me show you. I'm still hot. It just comes in flashes now. Even though I've already gone through my menopause, every once in a while, not very often, but every once in a while, I get a hot flash. Thankfully, not as much as I used to. Well, you know, I really didn't have that many. I was very fortunate. I kind of went through my change pretty easily. So I really can't complain. I did have a lot of insomnia, which was one of the side effects that I did have. I can't get this other button buttoned. Oh well, it's the least of my concern at this point. I been reading some articles. Lydia Gunther sent me her Weight Watchers sends out a newsletter, and so she sends it to me every month at the beginning of the month, and I so appreciate it, Lydia. I read it, and it always has a lot of recipes. It's got a lot of soup recipes on there. I might try some of them. But I liked the quote that they had. You can never expect to succeed if you only put in the work on the days that you feel like it. Obviously, I haven't felt like doing it on the weekends, because if I felt like doing it on the weekends, I would be having a lot more success. I don't work. I haven't worked since 2013. So it's like 6 years in July that I've been retired. And my weekends are just the same as any other day, but I have to figure out, I have to change that mindset. Just like I know that I can't hear a can of pop opening, I have to know that I can't look at the calendar and know that it's Saturday or Sunday. I know a lot of people have suggested that I should just change my meetings till Mondays. I started every diet in my whole life on a Monday, so that would make sense. But like I've told you, I like my leader, I like my group, I like everything about it. And if I'm going to be really honest, it's really not going to, I would just pick Tuesday and Wednesday to be my bad days. Not that I would pick them, but I mean, I just know how my mind goes, that I would think, well, you know, I got 2 days and then I got 5 days not to worry about it. So it really doesn't matter the meeting day. It's my mindset that I need to change. I'm really glad that I've switched over to the Smart Points. I do see that they're kind of like in correlation with the Freestyle, with the exception being with Freestyle I wasn't measuring my food, and even though it was free food, it really wasn't free. So now that I'm on Points Plus, or Smart Points rather, you have to measure everything, and so I've got my measuring cups out, my measuring spoons and things like that. So I'm measuring my fruit that I'm eating, and I'm just really more mindful. And I know that I always say that I'm going to set myself up for failure, and that's probably part of my reason that that I do have a gain, is because I kind of excuse myself all the time. Well, you know, I'm going to have a gain on Saturday, so I'm going to rein it in now. I have to get past that mindset. I really do. I've decided that Saturday, when I get done with my meeting, instead of coming right home, I'm on the search for a Duncan Hines marble cake mix for my son's birthday, because that's his favorite cake. And this Kroger by me doesn't carry it anymore. And Amazon has them, but the shipping is outrageous. It's not included in Prime. And I looked in the Walmart and the Myers site, and they're out of stock. So he might not get a marble cake, but I'm gonna look. I really am. But anyway, I found this article on why am I not losing weight. I say this, and I say it out loud because I have to hear it. I'm sorry that you have to keep hearing it too, but it's the only way I can convince myself that it was just a stinking 0.5. It wasn't like 3 pounds or 5 pounds, which I gained because of that stinking 0.5. You know, I have a scale, I have a home scale that I very rarely get on because it just sends me off in a tether. But when I was so bad Saturday and Sunday, I had to look and see how much damage I did, because I couldn't continue on that path, and I needed a slap in the face. And trust me, that scale gave me a slap in the face. I got on and off that thing at least 3 times. And then I walked around a little bit and got back on it again, as if I thought that it was going to change that quickly. And it, trust me, it didn't. And I gained 5 pounds. And I know that you're going to say, oh, well, it probably was sodium. No, it was poor food choices, because I went crazy. And I've got it out of my system now. So it was kind of like, I always feel bad, you know, like when I watch shows and stuff like that, and like they have their chips from Alcoholic Anonymous, and then they're doing so well, and they've got like a 50-day chip, and then they go off the rails, and then they got to start all over again. And that's where I am. I'm starting all over again. But you know what? As many times as I have to start over, I am going to start over, because I have no intentions of quitting. There is no fight. There's no quitting in me. There's fight in me, but there's no quitting in me. So the reasons they're said are, why am I not losing weight? The number one reason is relying on exercise too much without addressing the diet. I find this to be very true. I always said all winter that, you know, once I could get back out walking, I would start losing weight, because I need to walk and eat at the same time, you know, like in correlation with each other. And if I'm really honest with myself, and I am honest with myself, because I went back and looked at my journals, I thought that just because I was walking, I could eat more. You are hungrier, when you exercise, because obviously you're burning up calories, and then your body's telling you, hey, I need to replace those calories. If you really want to lose weight, try to drink more water then, to kind of fool your body into thinking that you're feeding it. I just need to make smarter, healthier choices. And I have to realize that just walking alone is not going to do it. I have to combine that with some exercise, and or with right food choices. And that's what I'm doing now. I am planning on doing that. I still walk every day. I love my walks. I really do. And but now, and I've always said all along, and I know it's not the Weight Watcher way, but I need to feel a little bit of a hunger pang to know that I'm on the right track. If I am always full, my body always is telling me to put some more into it. I know you have to read your own body. Everybody's body is different. And I know that over the weekend, the reason I was going so crazy is because no matter what I tried, it wasn't fulfilling what I wanted. And I'm never going to find what I want in food. I'm not. I like to think that I will, that it's going to bring back a happy memory. You know, who was, as a child, didn't get a treat for something? If you went to the doctors, you got a sucker. You know, it's just it's like you're just trained to know that you're going to get something, and you're going to reward yourself. And unfortunately, we always reward ourselves with food. And also, unfortunately, you never reward yourself with a big bowl of carrots. You just don't. It's just, nobody wakes up in the morning and said, oh, I can't wait to go to this party tonight because they're going to have carrots. It's just not going to happen. But you have to remember that you have to get a lot of physical activity. You know, a lot of times, I know that people can't get out and go walking, or they can't join a gym. You can get a lot of activity in your house. Just think about it. You know, like if you're washing your floors, or vacuuming, or doing the dishes, going up and down stairs, doing your laundry. As long as you're moving, that counts as physical activity. If you just sit in a chair and watch TV, that's activity, but it's not physical. Trust me. And just going like that with the remote does not mean that you're doing exercise, because that is not exercise. You're just exercising that one little thumb. The second reason is following a fad diet. I don't find that the Weight Watchers is a fad diet, because it's a healthy life choice. It's healthy foods that they're telling you to eat. I think that sometimes, though, especially with me, my fad is just eating too much fruit. It's just really eating too much fruit. I should eat I think that the scale tells you should only eat 3 pieces of fruit a day, and like 3 servings of fruit and 7 servings of vegetables. I probably do the opposite, and I have to change that around. And I know that I think I get enough exercise now that the weather is nicer. I think that they said that you should get between 4 and 7 hours a week. When I go for my walks, I walk between 2 and 3 miles. Probably most days 2.5. Sometimes I push it to 3. Rarely I go to just 2, but sometimes there is just 2, depending on the weather. And I find that it takes me about 40 to 45 minutes. So I do get at least, and then with my activity at the house, because I'm always, who doesn't, in your house, you're always sweeping up some kind of mess, or you're cleaning off a counter, or you're doing some laundry. You're always getting some physical activity in. So I do think I meet that requirement, maybe not in the winter, but the other 3 seasons I usually do. You want to avoid sugary drinks. The only sugary drink I drink when I drink it is pop, or tonic, or soda, or whatever, or Coca-Cola. As they say in the South, everything's a Coke. I don't put sugar in my tea. I drink my tea black. I drink my iced tea black. I don't drink it. I drink it unsweetened. I drink a lot of water, and I just drink it plain. Plain water is fine with me. I don't have a problem with that. I know a lot of people add sweeteners, and I'm talking to you, Angela. But I think that if that's the way you get your water down, then that's the way you get your water down. And the Crystal Lights, I think, are fine. I really do. I don't use Crystal Lights. Jim uses Crystal Lights once in a while because Jim's not a big water drinker either. But I find occasionally I'll put a slice of lime or a slice of lemon in my water. Not often. I know Anita over at Chit Chat Paddywhack always puts a little bit of lemon juice in her water. It just whatever it takes to get it down. And water it helps your skin, and it helps you keep going to the bathroom correctly, and it fills you up. It's easily accessible. Anywhere you go, there's always going to be a drinking fountain. You can always find bottled water when you're going to the store, or if you're at the zoo, or anywhere you go, they always sell bottled water. Another thing you need to do is get sleep. They say you should get 7 to 9 hours of sleep. I don't know that I get at least 7 hours. I go to bed, I tell you this all the time, I go to bed between 2 and 3, and I get up between 8 and 9. So I'm getting right around 6 hours sleep. I find that it works for me. That's not to say that sometimes at night when I'm watching TV, I don't nod off in the chair. I always wondered when my grandma, when we used to go there to see her, we weren't allowed in the house that often, but if she came over to the house or something and she'd nod off in the chair, I'm thinking, how can anybody sleep sitting up? I've mastered that now because I can do that. Number 6 is alcohol. I told you before that alcohol and I are not friends. Alcohol tries to be my friend, but I've realized that there's a friend that I can't have in my life. I'm really bad with alcohol, so I just know that I can't take that first drink, so I don't drink it. I wish I could have the same mentality as far as when I go off the wagon and pop a can of pop open, but I just know that when I go out, I can have an occasional glass of wine. That doesn't bother me, but vodka, straight vodka, that's my choice. I just love, and people say, oh, how can you just drink it straight? Oh, I can drink it like water, which is bad. I mean, it's good. It is good, but it's bad because I just know. And my family has a history of alcoholism, and it's just so easy. And I think most families have an addiction of some sort. In my family, not only is it alcohol, I think it's food, because pretty much all of us are overweight. Although I have to say I'm really proud of my sons. Jimmy's lost, I think, 55 pounds. He went from a size 42 pants down to a 34. And Danny was just over the other day, and I went, oh my gosh, you lost weight, and he's lost 45 pounds. And Christy is on a program now, but we're not talking about how much weight. And her and Sophia together are working on something together. So I think that I'm trying to slowly bring my family around, and I think that they are slowly coming around. So anyway, I think that helped me out today. I'm going to make some healthy choices. I figured out my points for my breakfast, and I think there are 8 points for my breakfast on the Smart Points, and there's 4 points for the freestyle. But I'm doing both ways, and I'm going to go back and watch Amy over N is for Nurse, her channel, one more time, because she did a tutorial on how to work the iTracks app. I am having a little bit of difficulty with it. You don't catch on to things really quick as far as computers and phones and gadgets and apps and things like that, but I'm determined, and I am going to get it done. But I found this picture of my family. I wanted to show you that my father passed away in 1983. So there's not a picture of my dad, but that's a picture. I had it, as my family calls it, plasticized. And this is my favorite. I have this in my wallet because, once again, death is on my mind. I want this song sung at my funeral. And it's just a little prayer, and I do like it. And I found a little baby picture back when I was thinner with my little doggy. So anyway, I just happened to share that because it was just sitting there. We fixed that up last night. So that's about it for now. So I show you my sign. I'd like to share things with you because this says it all about my family. It just does. I'd be lost without them. I really would. That would be my hell on earth, is not having a family around me. Okay, on that note, give this video a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and share, and I will see you tonight on my daily vlog.